All right, everybody, we're going to change the oil of my 2021 CanAm XMR or Max XMR. It's the HD 10 motor, and I went on Amazon and I got a oil change kit for it. I'll show you that here in a minute, but it shouldn't take but about 30 minutes to do this. It's supposedly very simple. This is the second oil change I've done on it. I've got just over 300 hours on it. The first oil change I did it at 100 hours. I believe that was the recommended specs called for, and but I paid to have someone do that. I'm going to do the 300-hour oil change now myself. It's pretty simple to do from what I'm gathering. I changed the oil on my own vehicles, me and my trucks and all that, so I should be able to do this CanAm pretty simple. It's got a weird filter though, because the oil filter is actually inside the motor. That's new to me, but it takes, I think, some 8mm sockets to remove a few bolts and to get that cap off, and then the filter pulls out, and then you put the new filter in. And but we're going to go through all that. I just want to give a quick introduction on this. Again, this is my 2021 CanAm XMR Max or Max XMR, and it's the HD 10 model or motor. And I apologize for this background noise. There's a lot of new home construction literally in my backyard here. I've got an acre and a half, 2 acres here, and they're building a whole subdivision literally on the other side of my property. And there's a lot of earth moving equipment going on over there, and it's brutal with the noise and the dirt and the dust and all that stuff flying. But anyway, so I apologize for that noise. I can't help that. You're gonna hear the beep, 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 and the tracks from the dozers and the motors from the diesel engines on them. But this is it, and let's get busy on this, man. All right, so I've got my CanAm pulled out. I was gonna do it on the porch this year, but I figured I'd get a little better lighting out here, so I went ahead and just backed it up. Give me a little more room on the sides of it as well. But this is the kit I bought off of Amazon. Comes with 3 quarts of oil, XPS 5W40, and it comes with a new oil filter, and it's got the O-ring and some other stuff that you're going to replace as well when you pull all the oil filter out and the drain plug out. It even comes with a little oil filter or oil funnel there, which I'll probably use it. I'm going to get mine out and get it dirty and then clean it. But that's what I got off of Amazon. It was 68 bucks for the kit. And I've got my drain here, capture my oil. And I got my sockets with extensions on them, probably going to need. I got an 8mm and a 10mm. Again, I think the 10 mil is going to be for the drain plug, and I think the 8 is going to be for the filter to remove the bolts for it. I think we'll find out when we get there. But the first thing I'm going to do is drain the oil out from underneath, which is center of the frame down there. There should be a hole in the skid plate that I've got, because I got a skid plate with 5 million holes and rivets in it. But there should be one that goes straight up into the drain plug for the motor to drain the oil. So we'll open that one up, put our oil catch in there, let that catch that oil and just let it drip out, and then we'll get that oil filter out of it as well. And right now I'm waiting on my son to come on down, and we're going to take this toolbox that I've got. This is a Husky toolbox, and it fits perfect in there, man. I like it. Takes up room, but I didn't want to bolt it or secure it in, because as you're fixing to see, me and my son are fixing to just lift it and slide it out the back and drop it to the ground so I can open my bed up. All right, so got my toolbox out, opened up my bed, and I pulled the bracket here to get that bed to foot back a little further to give me more open access here to the engine compartment. There's your dipstick for your oil. I'm pretty sure that's the oil filter right there with the 3 8mm bolts. Looks, yep, that's it. Right there, right in the front. So there's your dipstick, and there's your oil filter right there. Shouldn't be too hard to get to all that. This is actually going to be easier than I thought. So let's drain some oil, man. All right. So I got up under here, and those that have these CanAms know about this infamous skid plate, and it is a mud dirt catcher, man. I don't care how hard you wash, you can't get it clean. But I found the hole right there, and it was full of mud. No matter how much I run that pressure sprayer water hose down there, you cannot get all this out. So there's several holes here, but I found the one. Excuse me, I got dirt falling in my face. There's your drain plug right there. And I cleaned out as best I could around it, knocked out all the dirt, because I don't want to get dirt when I pull the plug out and go to put it back in. I don't want to get dirt on my threads of the plug and the washer, the new washer that comes with it. So I got it cleaned up as best I could, and I'm gonna put it on the socket when I go to put back in, and go straight into the hole and thread it real quick so I don't get dirt on it blowing in. But that's it right there, and that's pretty much dead center of the frame, directly under the motor. There it is. All right, I'm gonna pull that plug out and scoop my oil pan there under it to catch the grease, or the oil rather. And I'm gonna leave it open for a while I go up top and pull that oil filter and put that new filter in, and then I'll come back down here, put the plug back in, and we'll fill it up with oil. But I mean, this is fast. Back in a minute. All right. So let me do a little correction. The drain plug under there that I showed you takes a 17 millimeter socket on a 3-inch so extension to be able to reach it. And when you take it out, take your drain plug out, unscrew it and get it out, it's kind of beveled or flanged, and this didn't come out with it. It was just the bolt itself, the plug itself. And the kit comes with 2 different size replacement rings like this, or washers. And here, I'll see if I can get the other one. Here. So you get 2 of these inside that bag, right? Well, that one's too small to fit, so you know it wasn't it. And the plug, when it came out, didn't have this on it. So I went back just to double check it, wiped it down with paper towels up under there at the drain. Still nothing, didn't see that. I looked, I couldn't see that. I stuck my pinky finger in the drain plug hole, or the drain hole, and wiggled it around, and lo and behold, this came out with my pinky finger. Like, on my pinky finger. And I'm like, holy crap, that sucker was in there. It just didn't come out with the drain plug. And had I used the new one, I would have had 2 of these in there and not even realized it. So just another reason why I want to do this video for you guys. First time y'all have done it like me. Some guys may have just stuck that new plug in there with this on there, and you would have 2 of these. And that may have caused you maybe some leakage issues, some oil pressure issues, I don't know. But this sucker was still up in the drain hole, and you can't see it because the old oil is black, right? And this was all in there and full of oil. I had to wiggle my pinky finger around it until it came out just like that and fell around my pinky finger. And I'm like, well, shit, that sucker was up in there. So I replaced it. I got the new one in there now. I'm gonna throw this old, that was good. I mean, it's only 300 hours on it, but we went back new anyway. But I'm glad I was persistent in searching for that, even though it didn't come out with the drain plug. And most people probably think, oh, well, this one's beveled or flanged or whatever you want to call it, probably doesn't have that or need that. Well, it's in there, man. Just know it's in there, guys. So I went ahead and put the new plug in there while I was back under there searching for that sucker. So now I've got my tools back up top, and I'm gonna pull that filter out right there. I'm gonna clean around it first, get that dirt and grime off of it. I don't want anything getting back into it, especially with the O-ring and all that has to go back, because there's new O-ring that goes back with the new filter. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up a little bit, and then we're gonna fill it with dirt. But again, very simple to do. Just know about that ring, man, that little washer or spacer that goes on your plug down below. It's there. You may not know it, doesn't seem like it. You may look at it, you may even feel with it, because I felt around with my index finger and didn't feel anything, and nothing happened. And I was really about at the point, I'm just gonna put the plug in without the new one on it, because apparently it doesn't need it. But I was like, let me just check it again. I stuck my smaller pinky finger up in there, and sure enough, that dang ring came out. So again, I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm pretty sure that can cause you some issues down the road if you don't know that. It is in there. I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna get that cleaned up down there, right there. I'm gonna get it cleaned up, wipe it down so I don't get dirt in my new stuff, and I'll turn this back on. All right, so I got the oil filter out. There's the cap that covers the oil filter and attaches it with those 3 bolts there. That's your 10 mil bolts. Lose that with the wind. The wind's starting to really kick up. Oh, I'm sorry, that's an 8 mil. It's an 8 millimeter for those 3 bolts that are attached. What I'm gonna call the cap to your oil filter. And there's your new oil filter that came with that kit. What I wound up doing, because it was dust in there, obviously dirt, I just took my compressor with the air nozzle on the end of it and just blew all that off, cleaned up around it. It's a tight fit in there, man. I've got XL hands, and it's a tight fit for me. And I'm not saying I have big hands, it's tight up in there, man. And you're gonna get a lot of oil coming out. I've got oil spilt out from the oil filter itself, just because of the position of it when you take it out. I'm not worrying about it. I'll get everything back in there and degrease that off. That one bolt that's closest to this, you can't even see it. You just got to feel by hand and go with it. At first I thought I was undoing one of these for the housing or casing, whatever you want to call that. I'm not a mechanic, y'all, because they are the same size bolts. And I backed up, got a peek of it from here, and I'm like, okay, I'm on the right one. I'm not taking my motor apart. That was a concern I had. So again, just letting you guys know, because there is a bolt down there that's for this Rotax housing, or I don't know, case, crate, I don't know what that is, man. Again, I'm not a mechanic, y'all. But make sure you're getting the right one off and not taking your motor apart. And the new O-ring, it does come with a new O-ring for this. That's on there now. I'm gonna take some of this new oil and I'm gonna rub that around on that ring and get some oil on it. I got a little bit on it now, but I'm gonna put a little bit more on it, and then I'm gonna stick this back on, and we're gonna fill it with oil, and we're done. I don't know how long I've been doing this. Taking longer because I'm shooting this video. I guess probably doing a video is taking an hour, but otherwise I think I'd be done in about 30-40 minutes if I just busted it and went step by step, back to back, and didn't shoot a video. But I'm gonna get that back on, put some oil in it, and make sure I don't overfill it. You gotta make sure that you do not overfill your Rotax motor, your CanAm motor. And some of the kits come with an exact amount. You'll have two of the quarts here, and this one will be a little smaller, or the third one would be smaller, and you just put all 3 of those in. This kit didn't come with that. I kind of wish it did, but I'm going to put the 2 in there, and I'm going to put 2 in there and measure it with the dipstick, and then I'm going to pour just a little bit in there and check it, a little bit and check it until I get to my correct fill line. Again, I don't want to overfill it. I hear that's not good on these CanAms. So that's it, man. Let you know when it's got the new oil in it, and fire it up. Back in a little bit. All right, so now I've got my new oil filter installed there. There, I don't know if you can, there, right down there. 3 bolts are in. Kind of snugged them up by hand and made sure that cap that holds that filter in there was in seated right, and the filter was actually in it. So everything went in straight. And I just kind of tightened it up like you would a trailer tire wheel or a car wheel, just alternating the 3 bolts, a little snug on one and move across the other and then back up and around until I got them all pretty much. I apologize for my allergies, man. And until I got them all snugged up in there and torqued in. So that's good. And all I gotta do is just pull my dipstick and put the first 2 quarts in there and kind of go from there, babying how much oil I put from that point on. I think it's like 2.2 or something like that. I'll have to double check my manual, but I know it's just barely over 2 quarts from what I recall reading it, but I'll go back and look at my manual. And so let's get this thing filled up with oil. Let's get it cranked up here in a little bit. All right, oil level's good. I figured while I'm here, I've been riding in a lot of dusty, sandy areas. So I figured why not go ahead and check my air filter, even though I changed it not too long ago. But I figured it couldn't hurt because it's got a little dust catch on it. It's right here. Fits on the bottom there. Basically, you pop these 3 tabs to get it off. It just pops right off. But man, look what, I'm glad I checked it. Look what came out of it. That is, it was full of dust. So I'm gonna wipe this thing out. Look, it's still coming out. I'm gonna clean it up. The air filter is not that old. I've got a new one. I could just go ahead and replace. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it. This thing isn't but a few months old, man. But like I said, I've been riding some seriously dusty, sandy areas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just change it. I've got an extra one in the garage. I was just gonna blow it out with my compressor, but these things are cheap enough, man. You can buy them in packs of 2 on Amazon and have them shipped to you for, I mean, they don't cost a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and change it. And that little dust catch fits there, screws on or attaches with this clamp, thumb screwed. Anyway, so while you're doing your oil, you might as well change your filter too. Well, I'm glad I decided to change this air filter out while I was doing the oil change, because there's a little seal that's in here, right there, little foamy looking thing. That's kind of starting to deteriorate a little bit. I mean, it's still good, but I think when I go ahead and order me my backup air filters, I'm gonna go ahead and order that little seal right there, that this little ring right there. I don't want to take it out and mess with it because I don't want to screw it up. It's pretty thin and looks kind of fragile, so I don't want to pull it out and show y'all. But it goes around the outer ring right there, so if I can focus it right there. And again, I would get in there and clean it and take it out, but I'm afraid I'm gonna tear it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a new one ordered, and then I'll take this back off and clean it really good, some water, and dry it out, and then I'll stick the cover here back on. But I'm gonna put this back on it and reinstall got my new filter, my new air filter, put that in. And guys, this is a really easy job to do. That new filter just sticks right in there, fits on that cone right there, and you just put that cover back on with those 3 clips and you're done. All right, so the new filter's there, and you can see it's seated in place. It fits on that cone in there I showed you about, and it's you can feel it. It's a huge difference, and it's inserted in. You'll feel it when it pops on there. And then I'm just gonna put this cap back on like such, and pop my tabs. The one in the back, this one here, it's kind of a you know what pain, because there's just no room to begin with my hands. But it's gonna go on and like that, and I'm just gonna pop it in place. And I might be able to do it like this. Let's see if I can turn it around. Get that one in there, and there. Let's see if I can get this back one. Tough, man, tough doing these videos like this. Yeah, no, I'm showing y'all this because you can't see what I'm doing anyway, right? Trying to get that one in the back to clip on like that. The problem is you can't see what you're doing. You have to feel have it. I have to use this hand, y'all. Sorry. Again, this ain't easy with one hand. Let me just set the phone down. All right, so the trick to it, because you can't really get your hands or fingers back here, right? You got this firewall, so to speak, which is your back wall, and you got that clip, and you can see how they work, right? You've got to get it to hook on the back side of that and pull it down. Well, a little trick that I just now realized after I've changed probably 3 or 4 air filters is reach under here. There's plenty of room to feel this right there, and then use your right hand and pull this way, like you see how it clips. So use your left hand under here to feel this back there and hold it like you'd hold it there, and with your right hand you would pull. So you're holding up with your left hand in the back, your right hand you're just gonna snap it back like that. So I'm back on, and I've got all this clean, new filter, new whatever they call that. Again, I'm not a mechanic, y'all. I'm a try to do it yourself at home guy on my equipment. I also noticed that I need some coolant. So we're gonna add some coolant to it. I don't think I have the right coolant I need for this. I'm going to look it up and see. Ouch, it just busted my head. Probably up here it says what it is. See if we can see that. I don't see what it says, but I'll pull the manual again. I got the manual in the house, and see what kind of coolant it takes. I may have to just go to the CanAm dealership about 2-3 miles from my house and just grab that. I don't know what it takes. It may have it at O'Reilly or somewhere like that. It'd be probably cheaper than a dealership, I can tell you that. Those guys are crazy on pricing. But I'm gonna put some engine degreaser down here and spray that. Get that engine oil that came out when I pulled that filter out. I'm gonna clean that up. Oh, one thing I didn't show y'all is the old filter that came out. This is the one that I changed at a recommended service at 100 miles, right? And it's black, you know, but the oil, it's not bad. Wasn't bad at all. The drain plug I pulled out down there, that drain plug had no residue, no metal shavings, no nothing in it, which is, if it does, that's a bad indication your engine's wearing. I had none of that in there. That thing was I mean, it was clean. When you wiped it down and dumped it and blew it out, it was just oil, just clean. So my motor's looking good as far as telling from the oil change in that drain plug, and it has that little catch in it to catch all the little metal shavings if your motor is wearing. So the motor's good, running good. I mean, I don't have any, thank God I haven't had any problems with this, my CanAm. I've seen people with some nightmares, but I've had no problems with my CanAm. Some people like to ask me, hey Rich, what kind of setup do you have on your CanAm? I don't have anything fancy, y'all. I use it for hunting, so I can't have it too jacked up because I'm hauling corn and farm equipment in it in the bed, and I'm about to be 59, man. I can't be playing them games like that with that jacked up shit. But I do have it set up for my duck hunting, for hunting duck ponds, because we run through 2-3 foot of water sometimes when you don't realize you're going to hit a hole. Normally it's about 12 inches, but I've learned from previous. That's why I got the XMR with the snorkel kit and all that stuff on it, because when I duck hunt, I'll hit some holes in some of those rice ponds, and you think you just sunk your CanAm, but it's not intentional. It's just how it is when you hit some of them tractor ruts, them combine ruts and all that. But I'm running System 3 3310 R15s. These are the XTR 370s, and I've got MSA wheels. I've got aftermarket brakes I put on here because I did have to get a brake job. CanAm brakes suck. I think I had to replace the brakes, the OEM brakes on this thing. I mean, just probably within 50 hours, 40 hours, those things just got brutal and ate up. So I went in, I don't remember what they were. Gold pads, something starts with, I don't know what it was. Anyway, but better pads, and they're running good because now I've got 300 hours on it. So I've got 3 times the length of the OEMs off these pads. And I know the pads are still good because a few weeks back, a couple months back, in order to run these 33s with the wheel set that I have, all set off the wheels, I had to come in and put 2-inch A-arm, forward A-arms on here, which you see I got those from Super ATV. And I have a garage products bushings in here. And Lord, if you don't change your bushings on your CanAm garage product bushings, you need to right now order them today and do it. It's time consuming, but you can do it yourself at home. If you got a friend helping you, it makes it a lot easier. I did mine pretty much by myself. I watched my son do his and kind of helped him to learn what he did, how he did it. And then I ordered them and came home and I got all my stuff right here in my porta share. So I set it up right here and just knocked it out over a day, or a weekend rather. I started on a Saturday and finished it up on a Sunday. And I did front and rear, but garage product bushings are the bomb, man. They're it, get them. I came in and changed out my ball joints. I had a ball joint on the right side there that just, or left side, driver's side just went to shit. And everybody talks about garage product ball joints. So now I've got uppers and lowers on the garage, on the Keller ball joints. And I gotta say, those things are, they're pretty awesome as well, man, shit. I would do that on just a standard CanAm suspension anyway, garage products and Keller ball joints. My dumb ass, I didn't know I needed the 2-inch forward A-arms to run these 33s, because you watch a bunch of videos on YouTube and people running 33s and they're, oh, no aftermarket lifts or nothing like that. Well, I guess my wheel set's different on these whatever I said earlier, MSA wheels, because I rubbed like crazy, man. I was hitting the fenders and it was not good. I'd even trimmed them back a little bit and it was still hitting them. So I ordered 2-inch A-arms and had to go back and take my Keller ball joints out of the original ones there and then in my new ones, my new forward A-arms, and I was like just kicking myself in the ass. So don't make that mistake, y'all. I'm shooting these videos because I've made mistakes and I've learned the hard way and done things twice, man, to get it done right the second time. So just get your forward A-arms, put your Keller ball joints on there, and your garage product bushings. Do it all at the same time. While you're in there, do it once, man. While you're in there, do it once. I have broke this machine down suspension-wise 3 times at least. Upgrade, when I should have just done it all at one time. What else? I got these aftermarket fenders. I don't like them, they suck. I don't know what it is over here, but this one, just, you can see where I've just patched it and drilled holes. I don't like them. I'll never order those again. I don't even know what brand they are. The back ones all fell off. So I've got a combination of the stock flares that came with the XMR package along with the extended ones. The back ones, I'd say these are all right, but what went there sucks. They just don't stay on. They just rip out the plastic. Anyway, what else, man? The back, to get my level front and rear, I had to go in and put 2-inch bracket lift. I think I have, 2-inch bracket lift. Got a 2-inch bracket lift in the back. I did have a 2-inch bracket lift in the front, but with the forward A-arms, they don't work. So I took them off, but I'm glad I took them off, and I'm glad they didn't work, because then I would have been way too high in the front and low in the back. Now I'm pretty much even. Doesn't look bad. I mean, it's a little bit of difference. I don't care. I do have 1.5 inch wheel spacers in the back. Shit, that might be 2 inches. I can't remember. But I do have some spacers in the back because the front was, it just looked really goofy with the wheels. The back was just really narrower compared to the front. The front now compared to the back, when I put a tape on it, is maybe a 1/2 inch difference wider in the front than in the back. So that's fine with me. A little wider in the front's good. I mean, they do that for stability when it comes from the CanAm anyway, right? So, and it's not really visible. You can't really tell unless you put a tape on it. And I think that's all. I got a gator pit roof and some LEDs installed all the way around for hog hunting. Being LEDs, but gatorpit.net makes this roof, and you can get those from gatorpit.net. Just go to the website and contact them, and you're going to talk to me because I own the company. I think that's an Eco Gear, Exo Gear, whatever sound bar, and it works okay. It's not as good as the wet sounds. My brother has wet sounds in his, and it's a lot nicer. But it's cheaper. I installed myself, and it works good enough. You know, it plays loud enough. Again, I'm mainly hunting utility, but I do like to go ride around and just chill out a little bit. So I'll turn on some tunes. I don't think I have anything inside. I got these, you know, these little cargo holders or whatnot. Put me a new winch mount, or a new winch cable up front. The old one, the original one from CanAm, just snapped in half. I got this one off of Amazon for, I don't know, 30 bucks. It's a 10,000 pound cable. It's not cable, it's that rope, whatever you want to call it. Again, guys, I'm not a mechanic, and I'm not an aftermarket side-by-side guy. I'm just a guy that has one of these and just does shit himself as much as he can. What else I got in here? Oh, I do like my gun mounts up top. Those are S2s or something like that, I don't know. But man, I went through multiple roof-mounted mounts, and I had a rifle come down and hit me in the freaking head. And that hurt, by the way. So I got these, and these are solid, man. They're not coming out. They don't rattle, nothing. They will secure. I think I'm gonna get another set for the back, because I usually do have 4 people going with me when we're hunting. I don't like the gun mounts, that vertical mount up here. Again, I duck hunt, man. These things will just get full of water. You know, I've had water up to my knees, and I don't care to have my shotguns submerged in water. Not if I don't have to, even though they're waterfowl guns. But you know, who wants to sink a shotgun? I don't. Not when it's a Benelli. What else you got? I think that's it, guys. Again, XMR comes with a snorkel. There's the LEDs all the way around. I can light it tonight. I tell you that, this thing will light up tonight, man, hog hunting. I think that's all I got, man. I don't have anything other than just some mild modifications that suit my needs for how I use my CanAm. And again, it's not a CanAm to go tearing up, and we don't go off-road and mudding and tearing these things up. This is used for hunting more than anything else, and riding around the property. I've only been to an off-road park once. It's funny I said that, because I'm going to one this Saturday, maybe, if it doesn't pour down rain. But my kids want to go ride. We all have CanAms in the family, so they all want to go ride, and they want Pops to ride with them. So I'm going to load mine up on the trailer Friday and go hit the trails with them. They can go tear theirs up. I'll sit back and watch. I'll keep the grandbabies in mind. How about that? That's it, guys. That's your oil change for the day. That's your air filter change. These are the only tools required for the oil change. Again, correction on the socket size. The oil plug takes a 17 millimeter socket with about a 3-inch extension. The oil filter cover is going to take an 8 millimeter. Again, with another extension. You're definitely going to need this extension for both of them, because you got to reach down in there to get those things, and you're not going to get it without an extension. And that's it. CanAm motor oil kit off Amazon, 68 bucks I think I paid for it, and it comes with everything you're going to need. And that's it, man. I'm done, and I'm out of here. I might go jump in my pool over there and chill out. Maybe take Blue around for a ride. See ya. All right, so got my toolbox out, opened up my bed, and I pulled the bracket here to get that bed foot back a little further to give me more open access here to the engine compartment. There's your dipstick for your oil. I'm pretty sure that's the oil filter right there with the 3 8mm bolts. Yep, that's it right there, right in the front. So there's your dipstick, and there's your oil filter right there. Shouldn't be too hard to get to all that. This is actually going to be easier than I thought. So let's Let's drain some oil, man. All right. So let me do a little correction. The drain plug under there that I showed you takes a 17 millimeter socket on a 3-inch so extension to be able to reach it. And when you take it out, take your drain plug out, unscrew it and get it out, it's kind of beveled or flanged, and this didn't come out with it. It was just the bolt itself, the plug itself. And the kit comes with 2 different size replacement rings like this, or washers. And here, I'll see if I can get the other one. Here. So you get 2 of these inside that bag, right? Well, that one's too small to fit, so you know it wasn't it. And the plug, when it came out, didn't have this on it. So I went back just to double check it, wiped it down with paper towels up under there at the drain. Still nothing, didn't see that. I looked, I couldn't see that. I stuck my pinky finger up in the drain plug hole, or the drain hole, and wiggled it around, and lo and behold, this came out with my pinky finger. Like, on my pinky finger. And I'm like, holy crap, that sucker was in there. It just didn't come out with the drain plug. And had I used the new one, I would have had 2 of these in there and not even realized it. So just another reason why I want to do this video for you guys. First time I've done it like me. Some guys may have just stuck that new plug in there with this on there, and you would have 2 of these. And that may have caused you maybe some leakage issues, some oil pressure issues, I don't know. But this sucker was still up in the drain hole, and you can't see it because the old oil is black, right? And this is all in there and full of oil. I had to wiggle my pinky finger around it until it came out just like that and fell around my pinky finger. And I'm like, well, shit, that sucker was up in there. So I replaced it. I got the new one in there now. I'm gonna throw this old, that was good. I mean, it's only 300 hours on it, but we went back new anyway. But I'm glad I was persistent in searching for that, even though it didn't come out with the drain plug. And most people probably think, oh, well, this one's beveled or flanged or whatever you want to call it, probably doesn't have that or need that. Well, it's in there, man. Just know it's in there, guys. So I went ahead and put the new plug in there while I was back under there searching for that sucker. So now I've got my tools back up top, and I'm gonna pull that filter out right there. I'm gonna clean around it first, get that dirt and grime off of it. I don't want anything getting back into it, especially with the O-ring and all that has to go back, because there's a new O-ring that goes back with a new filter. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up a little bit, and then we're gonna fill it with dirt. But again, very simple to do. Just know about that ring, man, that little washer or spacer that goes on your plug down below. It's there. You may not know it, doesn't seem like it. You may look at it, you may even feel with it, because I felt around with my index finger and didn't feel anything, and nothing happened. And I was really at the point just saying, I'm just gonna put the plug in without the new one on it, because apparently it doesn't need it. But I was like, let me just check it again. I stuck my smaller pinky finger up in there, and sure enough, that dang ring came out. So again, I know I'll keep repeating myself, but I'm pretty sure that can cause you some issues down the road if you don't know that. It is in there. I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna get that cleaned up down there, right there. I'm gonna get it cleaned up, wipe it down so I don't get dirt in my new stuff, and I'll turn this back on.